What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about MROCKS today. MROCKS, as it were. Mr. Ox, as I like to call it. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. It is the 14th of December. I wasn't going to make another video. I told myself, I said on my last video, I was like, I'm not going to make another video until we break out. I wasn't going to make a video until we break out because we're just in the same range, waiting for the same thing. I don't have a whole lot of new stuff to talk about, but you guys hounded me in the comment section on x.com and on YouTube, so I'm going to give you a video. Thank you all. Thank you all for the love and support. I really do appreciate it. Hit the like button, subscribe. Let's get into it. Okay, so here we are at about $0.0185, really in the same range that we've been in. And again, the point that we made back here in the middle of November stands true here, right? Crypto, can we compare? Are we allowed to compare? Let me see. It might not let me compare here. I feel like comparing isn't allowed on Deck Screener for some reason. I don't know why. That's okay. We'll just have to flip back and forth. Let's put on the others chart, okay? Looking at the others chart, we go on the daily time frame here, right? Others since the middle of November. This is what others has done. This is what the average crypto has done since the middle of November. From the 15th of November, right at the closing price would have been here on the 15th, to there, we've made a move down. That's where we are now. For MROCKS, since that same time, oh, now it'll let me compare. It's pointless now. It took too long. From that same time, from November 15th, from that closing price right there, you're actually at the same price you were on November 15th. That's a happy coincidence. I chose November 15th because it was the middle of the month, literally, right? Not because that's exactly where we are now, but just as a point of reference, community coins. The reason why, and I think it makes so much sense. It's no question, no wonder as to why community coins are the only coins that are not dumping, why they're the only coins that are safe places, right? Whether it's this coin, whatever other coin, like it could be a meme coin, whatever. If it's a community-driven coin, those seem to be safe places right now. And the reason why is because the community members aren't the ones dumping. The crypto community are not the ones orchestrating this dump. It's the big dogs. It's the elite. It's the whales. And the crypto whales don't own any of your community coins. They can't drop it. They can't drop it. That's why. You know who owns it? You and me. That's why it stays up, because we're not selling. Why would we sell here when we know it's about to rip all the way up to this area here, right in the middle of this zone here, somewhere about 0046 to 0, maybe even 0057, something up here. Why would we sell here when we know that after this, it's going to go to new all-time highs? And who knows, I could be wrong. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'm not perfect. Maybe we don't stop there. Maybe we just push higher. We've seen crazy voluptuous upside and downside before. This thing can move at a very unprecedented rate if it wants to. This seems to be a nice horizontal channel of which we are like stair-stepping out of. Hopefully we stair-step out of it to the upside. Anything can happen. We could move down. I don't think this is a BART. Absolutely not. There's actually been, if we look at this on a daily time frame, there's actually been more volume throughout this range, right? BARTs happen when there's less volume, right? There's actually been more volume throughout this range. We're getting to lesser volume now. That doesn't mean that we're going to BART. Lower volume also within a consolidation range, within the confines of this consolidation range, means that we're soon to break out one way or the other. I'm hoping and thinking that it will be to the upside. That's my perspective. But again, I could be wrong. You know, the idea here to the upside, from a high to a low, the idea is that we will move up to our 786 area, which is at 0048. You know, before it made sense because from a bull flag perspective, that measurement was basically identical to what we saw here. It made a lot of sense. Now, we're just holding support at the 382. We've interacted with the 0.5. We've flirted with this area for so long. I highly doubt we stop at the golden ratio, so maybe we just push up to the 786 instead. Or we could go as high as the 886. Something between our technical next target area, as defined by the fibs, would be 0048 to 0062. That's the technical next target area. Throughout this whole time since November, the average altcoin, since November 15th, where are we? November 15th is right here. Since that closing price to where they are now is down 13-14%, where MROCKS is still neutral, basically exactly where it was on the 15th. And from here, from this neutral point, right in the heart of this zone, 155% to 235% gains are possible. And what's wild is not the amount of gains. What's wild is the amount of time that it'll take to get there. It could be 2 days. It could be 6 days like it was here. It could be 5 days and we're already at new all-time highs. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. But it doesn't take a lot of money to push this thing up or down. And that's why we're bullish on it. It doesn't take a lot of money to push it down. That might have some people concerned. It doesn't take a lot of people. It doesn't take a lot of money to push the price up. That should have people excited. To the downside, what I would say is anybody who's wanted to sell is probably already sold by now, right? The only people messing with this are getting in. And if these selling pressures did not push the price down, I mean, it wasn't crazy volume, but we saw some pretty intense volume on those days. We got higher lows. We held up. We had positive reactions from there, right? The sellers are gone. The sellers already sold. They already sold, right? The only people who are buying here are the same people who are buying here in this area, are the same people who've been buying, or the same people who've been buying here. They're not selling here, right? Anybody who's bought in this area at all, they're not selling here. They're not selling here. They're probably not selling here until we're at new all-time highs even. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole perspective, and that's why I theorize that community projects are safe in this unsafe environment, because the whales are the ones pushing the market around, and the whales do not own your community-driven projects. Because if they did, they would pump your bags, and that they don't want that. They want to dump your bags so that they can then buy it on the cheap, but they can't do that here. You're holding above the 382, doing phenomenal things, looking great. I think you look phenomenal. I think you are about to send it genuinely up to the 786, 886 area, something around 0048 to 0061. And with that, I really don't have anything else to say. I mean, inevitably, we will go to new all-time highs. If you don't want to sell there, that's fine. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I wouldn't be surprised if we went from there, pulled back to the golden ratio to find support. Maybe we go just below it to find support at prior resistance there, prior resistance here for support, whatever. There can be volatility. Maybe we're up here and we consolidate nice and tight like we are now, and then we move up. We just consistently move up. I don't know. You know, don't forget, here we were expecting that we'd pull back to the 236, and we never did. So we can definitely be we can definitely be more bullish than expected and not as bearish as expected, right? If things go according to plan or not according to plan. But in time, I do expect that things that we will see MROCKS at a 1.6 cent price, a 4 cent price, and dramatically higher than that. I mean, it's a low cap crypto at 1.8 million. I think this thing, there's no reason why it couldn't see a multi-$100 million market cap, even to $1 billion. It depends on how things go in the market. If NFTs don't come back, if there's not a strong narrative or fad, a phase for NFTs in the crypto markets this cycle, Moonsters, there's a very low chance that you see something around $1 billion market cap, right? Or even above there. But if NFTs come back the way they did, even half the capacity of what they did last cycle, this thing, if it captivates the right people, if the community builds and people on X start talking about it, the crypto community gets behind it, like they did with Shiba Inu last cycle, or Dogecoin, or Bored Apes, or whatever, this thing, $1 billion market cap is child's play, right? It just takes a little bit of recognition. And these things stand out, man. They're very unique. They're actually, I'm fairly positive they're the first of their kind as far as NFTs go. 404 animated, high-quality NFTs. They're the first ones to do it. And first have a leg up on a lot of different cryptos in this space, but I'm getting away from the point. The point being is we're at 1.8 million now. It's a very low market cap. There's more selling pressure than there is buying pressure, and you're barely moving down at all, right? Like this, the only people who are interested in this thing right now are buyers. When there's no sellers left, what does the price do? It moves up. You've moved sideways. Granted, this was not what I expected. Back here, we were expecting that we'd move up by now, but whatever. More consolidation is not a problem. More time. I mean, there's a reason why every time we went down here, there's a reason why every single time we went down here, the price came back up. That's because there's acquisition happening. There are people who are chomping at the bit to buy this thing. It doesn't stay down here for long. If we go down there again, you might be paranoid or scared or whatever, but guess what? Somebody's got their fork and knife in hand with their bib on, and they're ready to eat, and they're going to hold the floor up. There's some buying going on because people are aware that this thing is in a very bullish posturing and that it will go higher. So just, you know, any dip is great for buying. I think here at 0018, it's a perfect level to buy. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I actually bought right around this area, somewhere back here, or maybe it was back here. I forget where, but somewhere right around this area, a little bit lower. You know, we bought well before too. I've got my original positions in the red. I bought here. If anybody's watching this and thinking, oh, this is just a low market cap coin, C-Zar owns it or operates it, he's looking to dump on his community. First off, no. And second off, no, I don't own this coin. I am a top 100 wallet holder. I'm good buddies with a lot of the community members here. You know, I've thrown some people toward the community as well, and they've found a lot of love, and they found a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for, camaraderie and kind of a purpose with this community as well. But the person who's behind this project is Soul Saver. Shout out to Soul Saver on that note. Shout out to the Moonsters community. And they're not dumping on you. I'm not dumping on you. That's why the price is not dumping. We're only buying. We're only buying and holding. And I'm telling you, I am not selling any of my MROCKS until we're at $100 million market cap or higher. That's that. I don't care. I literally, from here, I was literally the reason why that wick happened. Rode it all the way down, bought more. Rode it all the way up, still held, right? Still held all the way through, bought more here, right? I'm not selling. I'm not selling any of it. I've bought. I will take profits when we're at $100 million or higher, and even then, I wouldn't be surprised if we went to $1 billion or more if the right narratives come back into space, if the NFT narratives come back into space. The final thought I'll leave you with is the same thought I've just kind of been promoting throughout this video. The same people that are buying here are the same people who are buying here, are the same people who are buying here, are the same people who did not sell here, who did not sell here, who did not sell along the way, who did not sell here. All the sellers are gone. They've had their opportunities to sell, right? If you bought back here at these lows, if you bought along the way and you wanted to get out but you didn't, it was a red position, and then boom, you had this, you had your opportunity to sell. If you didn't sell there and the panic sets in again, typically people can sit through like one phase of panic. They just let it go. All right, screw it. It went to zero. But then if they have a second chance, they're like, you know what? I will take this $50 instead of $25 down here. I don't know, you know, whatever it might be. And I am saying a small amount of dollars because not financial advice, not a financial advisor. You shouldn't put your life savings in this. I don't think anybody should. It's irresponsible to put your life savings into something that's $1.8 million market cap. But with this kind of a market cap, $100 investment, a larger investment than that, a smaller investment than that can turn into a lot of money if things go the way that I think they can go. But time will tell. Don't let me stop you from selling the shop and putting it in here, but not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I think, you know, this is more for fun money, for what we like to call it effort money, right? Money that you're okay with losing, though it likely won't lose. You likely will see this thing go to new all-time highs. And I think if you're patient, I really do think that if you, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if anybody were to buy at this price here, we will see new all-time highs, and that in itself will take you to about a 6x move or more. I mean, where I would expect that we go, from a high to a low, the minimum target here would be something on the lines more of like a 9x, actually. As far as when will that happen, it could happen. It could happen by the end of this year. Maybe it's sometime in January or February. I don't know, but it's going to happen soon enough. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I don't really have anything else that I want to say. I mean, I didn't really even do much TA. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame, and then we'll wrap this up. Okay. You do have bullish divergence on the RSI and the MACD. You do have bullish divergence on the RSI and the MACD. You're selling off and you're moving lower, and there's a lack of volume. Therefore, you probably do revert back to the upside. These videos have a strange way of timing. I wouldn't be surprised if we did move up after this. Just, you know, just to make it clear for anybody who's watching this. You might want to, if you're thinking about buying, you might want to do that sooner than later. The proper token is this one, MROCKS, Moon3, capital BC1, lowercase y. That's the contract address. You just scroll down, and it's right there, MoonRocks, that one. That's the pair, if you're looking for it, okay? Don't buy any scam ones. 1 hour time frame, the MACD and the RSI, or sorry, the 1 hour time frame looks good, right? MACD, bullish divergence, RSI, bullish divergence. 4 hour time frame, MACD has reset itself, which is nice, and the RSI is actually at the 40-35 area, which is also a good area to find support. We typically do find support right here. You can see on the RSI, since, let's just see here. Look at this, right? Because we've been consolidating this whole time. Come on. Since this consolidation range has really like been active, every time that we've been here on the RSI or lower has been a great time to buy. It's been the best time to buy. So we're there now, right? We're here at the RSI or lower. We are literally at the best times to buy in this range. Higher lows, I think it's obvious, but I got nothing else, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. This video will age very well. I'm very confident in that. All right, take care. Bye-bye.